What's up, everybody? This is Lucky Loco with the Lucky Loco Show. I appreciate you guys tapping in real quick. I just want to give you the heads up of the journey I'm on now. So as you can tell, I'm back to the food trailer. And to be quite honest, from the difference between a restaurant and a food trailer, man, night and day, night and day. Um, I get it. Restaurant's more convenient. You can leave your stuff on there. I mean, with the food truck, I can also leave it there. I can also plug in my food truck, have minimal space, but then also everything that I'm making from the food truck is going to me. My menu's simple. I got a few things from the restaurant on there. Like I said, it's super simple. It's from, like I said, the restaurant. Okay, let's go with the restaurant. Restaurant, you got overhead. You have to pay your electric bill, your water bill, your gas bill. You're gonna have to pay for, just all this stuff that you have to have. Obviously, you gotta buy just all this stuff for the restaurant. And it's super costly, super time consuming, as you can tell. For people who know me, I've been in the restaurant for, man, over a year. And you can tell the difference too from my personality from being at the restaurant all the time, is because it was such a heavy duty to be there constantly, 16, 15-hour days. Who knew? Man, if somebody told me about that like how hard it would have been from the restaurant. So the restaurant, you're over here, you're hoping people come in. Okay, so you got to sell yourself. Um, you always got to be there. You always have to be there at that time. You always have to be consistent with it to be successful. You know, and I was quite successful in the first year, but it was just towards the end. It was just like, like I let people take control of the food, and it was making their own menu, and it was just coming out like crap. So brick and mortar, it was all right. It was cool to say, hey, look, I own a restaurant. But then let's get back to the food truck. So the food truck, simple. Like before, I used to think it was hard work just because you had to do all that leg work of carrying the food on and the equipment off, washing it. I was already doing that at the restaurant. So that kind of prepared me for the food truck. So I'm prepping. Takes a good maybe 3-4 hours to prep your food properly. But that 3-4 hours, instead of waiting to do it at the last minute, saves you a boatload of time. Your customers aren't going to be waiting, you know, and they still get the top quality food from the food trailer, you know, and it is super simple. Like what I made in the restaurant compared to what I make into the food trailer. Okay, so I make 2 bins of fry bread. That's 5 liters, whatever. And it is super crazy because like out of each bin is about maybe $200 to $300 each bin. So I go through about 2 bins in about 5 hours. So I'm looking at about $600-700 a day, and that's going to me. Okay, and that I don't have to pay somebody to help me. I'll pay somebody to help clean up at the end of the day. $20, $30. Clean up the food trailer. But it is super, like, now that I got the truck, now that I have the ability to pull it around, it is no problem. It is a lot easier. And if you're going to start somewhere, I would say stick, unless you're going for like McDonald's or Burger King, open a franchise. Because when you do the independence, like having to deal with a restaurant, having to hire somebody, having to see if that person's going to show up to work, to see if that person's going to handle their business. And sorry to say, but there's a lot of people that don't want to work for that little bit of pay because the work's hard and it sucks. Like what I do, the work is really hard. I just make it look easy. And I always have to have that up and up. Like, you gotta keep going, you gotta keep going, you gotta keep going. And, with the financial freedoms of not worrying about brown nosers, you sit there and work your ass off, and everybody knows what I'm talking about. You got them, you come to work every day, you show up early, you stay late, you kick ass at work, but it goes unrecognized. And then you got the brown noser coming in. Oh, hi, boss. Could I slap your pecker around for a little bit? And then they fucking get, all the recognition. They get and then it's like fuck. All right, it kind of discourages. Then you got to worry about shitty supervisors that show favoritism, and like I said, your hard work goes unrecognized. If it's so. Like the turnover, like I worked at a casino where the turnover was because of the supervisors showing favoritism, sexism, fucking, you want a promotion, bust out the lotion. It's a crazy, everybody knows what I'm talking about, man. Unless, even as a hustler, you know what I mean? For all the hustlers out there, man, if you're going to get into the entrepreneurship world, man, do it. I kind of did it half-assedly. I kind of jumped the gun. And it was struggle. It was hard. If I had more financial gain, like if I saved up more money to do what I wanted to do, I'd be, like, if I waited another 2-3 years, maybe. But then also, if I didn't jump the gun, I might have got scared and not done it. There's always that sink or swim feeling. So with that sink or swim feeling, man, you're just going to have to face your fears, and you just have to keep going, man. Not every day is going to be a home run. There's times when I struggled, and you guys seen that. You guys helped me get through that struggle, and I'm forever grateful for everybody that helped and donated, man, that helped push to help. That's something I'll never forget, man. That's why I show much respect to everybody in the YouTube world. And it's crazy. It's super cool, man. So if you're going to get into the entrepreneurship world, man, just know that it's not always going to be smiles and hallmarks. It's going to be rainy days. There's going to be days where you're just like, man, I don't want to do this. But you're going to have to get through it, man. Because there's, like I say, sink or swim. And I've sunk a couple times, but I got up and kept swimming, man. Just find that heart, find that thing that keeps you going, man. Find that passion, the reason why you got into it, man. I was thinking about that today. And what keeps me going from day to day is my coffee. So, I'm going to upload a couple videos on what to use when you're starting out your business and the gains of having the equipment that you need, because when you get into it, a lot of people don't carry cash anymore. And I hardly do either. I used to carry around a knot like a fucking idiot. I used to carry around a knot and be like, oh, I don't need a bank. And then, I'd always be worried, man, somebody's going to find my stash in the house, or roommates, or, it was stupid. Old thinking, just that old hustler mentality. But even with a legit job, I was still carrying around a knot. Like, I wasn't putting it in the bank for some stupid reason and building a portfolio or anything else like that, which I should have been doing. But yeah, I just want you to know it's hard work. It's hard work. And get into it, man, because it pays off. Gratification of seeing somebody enjoy the food that you just prepped is awesome. Top of the world feeling. Or whatever kind of stuff that you're into. Like if you're into building houses, if you're into renovating houses, if you're into like Tile Rob, if he's into that, if you're like Rich DM, did graphic arts, to see the looks on people's face of helping them achieve what they wanted to get, or graphic arts, tiles, whatever. You get it. Well, I appreciate you guys, man. I'm gonna go ahead and tap out real quick. Get into it, man, and don't look back.